Wow. Look at that. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to CCxRC. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new 1957 Chevy Bel Air. And boy, is this thing beautiful. Built on the very popular Fazer MK2 chassis underneath it. We know that it's proven, there's parts for it, and they're pretty durable. If you want to bash it, you can do that. But this thing is so pretty, you're not going to really want to go that hard on it because, oh my goodness, this is one specimen of an RC car right here. Beautiful right out of the box. They have just knocked it out of the park as far as the stylings go on it. The color, man, I don't think they could have chosen a better color for this. The old style wheels on here, even the tread patterns for like the tires, all that's looking pretty legit for it. Up in the hood, they've got molded pieces, the front lights, bumper, grille, all of that. We'll look at it closer and zoom in on it from the other side. But they really killed it. This, for me as a kid, was my favorite car. We'd see a lot of them here in Michigan, especially things like the Woodward Dream Cruise. And there's just a lot of people who are proud of their old cars and the heritage here in the state. And so lots of awesome old vehicles here. And when I was a kid, this was my favorite one to see rolling down the street, in the parades, any of it. I'd get super excited. And I was just as excited when they asked me if I would do a review for them on this car. Knowing that I love the platform already, we've had the Charger, I had the orange Charger, we have the new one as well that comes in the gray. That's, yeah, we've had a bunch of them, guys, the Chevelle. And all of them have been awesome, and this is not going to be any different. Look at the back end of that. I mean, come on. So cool. It does not come with lights, but it is ready to accept lights should you want to put them in. I'm not much of a light guy. Many of you know that. So mine will probably not be getting lights. This might be one, I don't know. This could be one that could sway me to put a light kit in. But let's open it up. Let's show you guys what's in this, and then let's get it out. Something else very well known to Michigan is the snow. So we're gonna have a snowy drive with this. I'll find a parking lot that's been cleared and got some fresh asphalt or something under there, so that I'm not driving in like inches of snow. But you'll see a lot of snow in the background. We'll say that. But that's all right. We did it with the Charger, and we took that for a snow bash. We went nuts with it. That thing was killing it. So let's check it out. First things first, for all you unboxing freaks out there, here is the package. Talks about everything you get with it. It is actually going to be nice to show you some of the features using the box, because we're not going to actually see them in a ready-to-run car, like bearings and things like that, showing you. And this is the version in Japanese. And over here is going to be the version in English. So you get their synchro transmitter and receiver set in there. So it's the KT231P plus transmitter. So that looks pretty all right. And here you're going to have different hub sets that you get that provide either compatibility with 190 millimeters or 200 millimeter body widths. This is a narrow one. This is running the 190s out of the box, so it's nice and narrow. So bearings, oil-filled shocks, they're plastic, but that's fine. Little clips for it. 550 size, 14 turn brush motor we'll see in there, and 60 amp Kyosho Speed House ESC. Forward, brake, reverse settings. You've got little clips in here to set LiPo or NIM. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Get your little other sides here, just for people that like to peep every side of the box. So here is the KT231P plus. They've had this in several of their Fazer MK2 platform cars that I've had. It's actually a great radio to use. I like that it has this kind of angle on it. It just makes it really comfortable in your hand for driving. It does make it hard to one-handed drive though, which is something I love to be able to do. That makes it hard for that. But you got steering dual rates, steering trims here. So your dual rates are all the way up. You got reverse, throttle, EPA, and then throttle trim right there. So all of those are set. And you got your reverses for throttle and steering, on, off. Another channel. For your lights, and then 4 AA batteries. A lot of this is detailed in the manual, but I never need any of these things with them, so we just pull it out and drive it. That's what's fun for me, is just straight up driving. So, all right, here it is. Let's just take a look at the outside of this thing. All right, let's start up here in the front. How beautiful is that? Look at the molded lights here. They've got the molded grill up front here with the emblem. Stickers for the Chevrolet on the front. Stickers down the sides here. Molded mirrors. If you're going further down the body of the car, you do have these molded mirrors, but all of this work around it. The stickers are put on pretty decent. Whoever put them on, good job. They don't really have any bubbles in mine, at least, and lots of chrome work that they've had to do, so pretty nice considering. All the way to the back here. Even looking here, back of this fin on the back of it, this part's molded even on the top, but this side is just, it's a sticker, but it looks pretty good. You've got the light buckets in the rear here. All of this is molded. Even a molded license plate on there with stickers for your hood latch and all that. Tinted windows, but they are see-through, so they're clear windows if you wanted to remove them. But yeah, I mean, overall, the details on it, even the wheels, look at the wheels on it, super nice. Cool tread pattern, everything on there. Well done. The one thing, and I know everybody's going to say it, that they wish that they hadn't put in the body posts. I know. I hear you on that. I don't disagree. I still think it's beautiful even with them. And, you know, unless they find a great way to do it, otherwise, it is still pretty convenient to have body clips. I feel like it locks the body on better than Velcro in some instances, especially if you're hitting things at speed. And this thing has a 14-turn brush in it. It's not brushless, but it'll still get up and move. So that's just something that they have to take into consideration. But it does have up front as well, it has some molded windshield wipers there. I didn't mention those, but they are molded. But the body itself looks really good. As always, you can see all the screw work in here. You can also get a little bit better look at the tires and the wheels on here. The tread patterning of them as well. The suspension, it is oil filled, got decent resistance. It's going to keep it from wanting to bottom out. It is pretty stiff. It does have diffs in here, 2-gear diffs, not the 4 stock. 14-turn motor here, and then you've got all your other electronics are tucked up underneath here. That's why we showed them on the box. They're easy to get at though. Just takes a couple screws. You can remove these pieces and have easy access. Your on-off switch here. Let's see. Let's give it a try. We got a wrench right here. Let's go ahead and see. 2mm for this. The on-off switch, if it just all comes with this. So yeah, there you go. Just one screw, and you're into your electronics there, which I'm going to want to look at anyway to make sure we are in LiPo mode. And we are, out of the box, we are in LiPo mode. And we are in forward, brake, reverse settings listed right in there. So that's good. You got multi-channel receiver in here, 3-channel. These are hex screws, I should point out. That's one thing that I always like to see in hobby grade cars is hex screws whenever possible. Gotta get that wire out of there. Get in there. One of the great things about Kyosho is their flexible plastics. I have not yet broken anything as far as my arms go, even on the Mad Van or any of it yet. So I've had good luck with that. We did upgrade the diffs in the Mad Van. I don't foresee it being needed in this, especially in a brushed car. But there are upgrades if you want to upgrade. It does have a plastic drive shaft here. in the middle. So those are all parts that they do have upgrades for. You can see the steering servo sitting right in here. It is a waterproof steering servo. Most of the electronics in this are going to handle water, so that's good, especially for me, going to be driving in the snow. Taking a look just at the suspension up front here. Nice big foam bumper for protection. It's not going to protect your body, but it will protect your ride underneath that. Tub style chassis, Velcro to hold your battery in. So we're going to be running 2S in this guy. Just a simple 2S battery. It does have a Dean's plug, so you'll need an adapter to that or a Dean's battery. But yeah, nice Velcro. There's a piece of foam up here that you can remove or cut if you need to have room for a larger battery in there. So they've taken that into account. Actually getting in these diffs was very easy for working on the Mad Van. So it's just a few screws to get into these things and work on them. And they're laid out very well. So very excited. I'm gonna be a little bit careful with this because, I mean, just look at it. I would be a fool not to be a little bit more cautious with it than I was with the Charger. The Charger was just begging. It was begging for some speed to be thrown at it, but I think this is begging for a Sunday drive. Get in the car as a family, go for a cruise. I think that's what we're going to be seeing with this in the first video, because I definitely want it to have this nice look for a long time. So very, very nicely done. What a choice that they had by choosing to do a Bel Air 57 Chevy. Super pumped. And yeah, we'll get it all buttoned up, guys, and get it out, and we'll show you what we're running. All right, final thoughts here, guys, on the bench back at the house, and this thing is really fun. The 14 turn is a quick little motor, I'll say that, and it allowed us to do some power slides. Of course, we did have some wet conditions, which I love to run these things when there's a wet parking lot or wet roads or whatever. Our cul-de-sac, we used to do a whole bunch of drifting stuff with the Chevelle and all kinds of fun playing in the water. So, steering was great. My son was actually saying as he was driving it that he was, going left and right and all this stuff because the steering was just so responsive. And that's a word I would use for it. For stock servo in there, it seems pretty responsive, quick, and this thing just turns on a dime. So beautiful car. We tried not to go too hard with it. We did get it pretty wet, stuffed it in a few snowbanks. Everything is looking good afterwards, so that's good for me because I want this thing to be a little bit of a looker. We have a little bit of salt on here. Again, up in Michigan, things are snowing today and has been nonstop for the past little bit. So this thing still provides the fun. If you can find some place that has a little bit of snow, you know, you got to think about your body clearance and not dragging. If it gets, you know, more than probably an inch or two, you're going to have trouble getting around. But if you find a freshly plowed parking lot, you can still have fun with this even in the winter, as we did. In fact, had a blast with it. So that's final thoughts, guys. Beautiful, beautiful car from Kyosho. Again, thank you to them for sending it to me. Questions I know I'm going to get. When is this going to be released? Mid-February, they said, of 2023. This should be hitting the stores. And so go ahead and call up your favorite local hobby shops. Get them on pre-order. Or I'll have a link down the description below, guys. If you don't have a local hobby shop, you want to support the channel, you can use that as well. So thanks for tuning in. As always, have fun RCing, and we'll catch you next time.